I'm live. I know. All right, everybody, we are live. Hope everyone's doing well today. Just gonna check my own stream, make sure that it's coming in right.
You want me to check on my phone?
Yes, that would be nice of you. Make sure I'm coming in. Yeah, looks good. Looks good. I'm gonna take that off. It looks great. Okay.
Daddy's live.
All right, I'm live right now. Okay, guys. Bitcoin making huge moves. Close all this stuff. All right. Bitcoin making a huge move. And as you can see, we were in a triangle that we were basically calling out here in this 4 hour. Here I have a rising wedge, which is a 68% chance of a break to the downside. But when Bitcoin tends to break out of these parabolically, we had a MACD cross here coming. We had the blue line crossing the red line. It was an indication that we were going to see some volatility. We also saw the 21-day moving average. If you want to see what these lines are here, I use a 5-day moving average scenario. This is my simple trading. This is like how I get beginners to understand trading using RSI. This is the RSI relative straight index on the bottom. We have a MACD, which is a moving average, convergence, and divergence, which is in the middle. It's a histogram that basically is a algorithmic representation of the momentum of a move, meaning like when the sellers are kind of losing momentum, this blue line will creep closer to the red and cross. And when the buyers start to actually grow and buy, you'll see the blue line cross over the red and actually create some space. We can see here the blue line cross the red line. We saw Bitcoin go from 11,200 all the way to 11,790. Here again, we saw the blue line about to cross. We saw Bitcoin go from 11.5 all the way up here to 11,770. And here we are again with the blue line crossing the red line. And if you can't see what I'm saying, I'm going to boom this up a little bit. And we can see that it is crossing, and we are up here again from 11.8 all the way to our high at 12,187, 12,170, 187. Yeah, pretty cool. We're pretty close to the high. Let's just zoom into a smaller time frame to see what Bitcoin wants to do here, as the 4-hour candle just shows us. On this time frame, what I see immediately is my mind draws the bull flag pennant here, okay, which we broke out of. And so we're going to see a target for that, which is usually the flagpole. Sometimes it's the base. I usually take this here, like the pole. Occasionally I've seen it extend down to here. So boom, like this. So my target on this bull flag is 12,428. I think we'll get there pretty swiftly, and the reason why I'm saying that is because the histogram has just two small greens going for it on the MACD here, and that's going to easily print a few more. I think we're going to be up to 12,428. That's when I would begin to take profits. Again, how I trade though is I would look at this on the daily as well and give you a bigger time frame of where I see Bitcoin going. Wow, amazing for Bitcoin right now. We see that the MACD histogram for Bitcoin, we see the blue line about to cross the red line. You see that? I'm just going to zoom into just the MACD for a second so we can really like get into that. I love to buy in the pink, so I usually make a buy right around the pink area where the blue line is. Remember, this is a lagging indicator. It happens after the fact. So we already see on the daily that Bitcoin's poised for some huge gains. The last time we saw the daily about to cross was right here on July 20th. Let's go back there in time on price action and see what we're looking at. So as you can see, the last time there, if we go back to July, actually it wasn't the 20th, it was July 21st. Yeah, July 20th, around there. We were sitting at about 9,000 right here on the bottom of this trend line here, and Bitcoin zoomed all the way up to 11,295. So I see a big move coming, possibly $2,000 to $3,000. Bitcoin, look for Bitcoin to cross 14K in the next, I'd say, in under a week. Because look, how many days it happened here? On the 20th, we were here, and then just what? On the 28th, we had surpassed 11,003 and began our new floor here, which we consolidated and began to go up past the 12,000. So I just like to cover Bitcoin at the very beginning. Let me see if anyone has anything to say in the chat. Let me just check out. Let me pop the chat out and get that going. Lend is making huge moves for over a week now. What up, my dude? XRP Muser, what's going on? Let me pop out the chat just so I can be more active with the chat. Chat is popped out. We're going to send that to the right side of the screen. I am using a laptop. I usually have my big, my nice microphone Audio is way better. I'm in my studio. I am traveling now in an intermediate period, so just gotta bear with me. Okay. All right. All right, I just wanted to show you my last 25 trades, just in case like you didn't know who you were dealing with, or you weren't sure if like you should follow my channel. A lot of people don't show their trades. I like to. Okay, so here, this is my last 25 trades. We're gonna count the green trades. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So out of 25 trades, I won 15 of them, and I lost 10 of them. So if you could do the math, that is a 60, where it's 3/5 win rate, right? 60% win rate. So at 60%, if I'm making 60% of my trades, I'm going to become a profitable trader. That's just, and let's go over the math. The wins, we have 60 plus 220 is 280, plus 94, we can round to 100 is 380, plus 197 is 200 is 580, plus 109, we round down to 100 is 680, plus this is 700, plus this is 900, plus this is 900 and 1290 will go to 1200, 140 is 1350, plus 3 is 1550, and the 20 is 1570. Throw the 28 on there, brings it to 16. With the 1 is 1700. That is about 400, brings us to 21. This 2300 boost up with the 2100 brings us to 4500. With this 226 is 4620, and with the 400, that's about $5,000 in gains. And let's look at the losses. 84 and 19 is 100. There's 26 cents. We really can't count that. 100 is 200. 216. That's basically 100 is 316, and the 40, we're looking at about like 350, 450, and then the 70 is 520, 570, and then another 70 there is 640, and another 174 is 740 and 800. So we won $5,000. We lost $800. We're up $4,200 in 25 trades. Just wanted to show you my track record there so you could see who you're dealing with, the crypto lifer. All right. I like to do that just to kind of get you guys into why I'm doing this. Okay. Now I have a list of hundreds of coins that I've amassed on my own. Just anytime someone gives me a coin, and I've been doing this for years now, since like spring of 2017. So it feels like a long time, 3 years. And what I do is I just go through the list, and I look for all the things that my mentor at Crypto Bitcoin Chris, if you follow him on YouTube, he has an amazing channel, an amazing group, and I follow him a lot, and he's kind of my mentor. He taught me. I learned from Jacob Canfield. He had Signal Profits. Look at this retest here. Really good buying opportunities. When Bitcoin pumps, it dumps the altcoins a little bit, and what happens is it creates amazing opportunity to buy. For instance, I just posted something right now. Not right now, honey. I'm focused. Please, please, please.
Okay.
Please. Thank you. Thank you. So Doc right here, extremely oversold. Idea for Doc here. I feel like it's a good entry to get into Doc. You won't see it kind of getting low in the RSI. MACD cross coming, it kind of tanked the price down, brought it back down to the same support, which we almost have a bottom, almost like a triple bottom scenario here for Doc. You can see that this is heavy support. Let me just draw the support area for Doc. Doc has huge news coming out, but see, this green area is really where you want to accumulate Doc. It looks like it's really bouncing off this area of support. This looks like a support and resistance flip, like it had resistance, came back, bounced over it. Now it's bouncing off. That to me is an SR flip. If you don't know what that means, it means the support and resistance flip. It means we could see the place where Doc had problems before, and now it's just plowing through. It is in price discovery at all-time highs once it breaks over this 2728 region. I got into Doc over down here at 104. We covered it on the channel when I had since then sold it for a 60% profit on 4K USD, and I've gone back into it for 4K USD around 21. So There we go. Positions for the week. I can show you what's going on for the positions here, what I'm looking at, and why. Took a day trade on XTZ just to look at that. Bitcoin pushed a lot of things around this morning. Like this was up 300, but down $20. But that's to be expected for Bitcoin for this Bluzelle trade here. Iost though, hanging in there. It's $2,500 up 459, 18%. Another 1360 buy up 354, 26%. I'm building an Iost position. So now DOC down 200. See, Bitcoin is just taking taking a little bit of my gains away, but everything else is up. LTO making big moves, and this is DeFi space. So let's get into why I'm into Iost. That was one of the basically the top. Okay. Now, if Bitcoin had played games, a lot of these coins would have went up really, really big. And Atom, recently I looked at a $3.99 buy into Atom. It just made sense to me. Look, we had a MACD cross coming. It was right here. Again, I really buy on this blue line approaching the red line. I make it really simple. I do the same things over and over again. I go through all these coins and I look for a coin that gives me the best potential to make some money. What's up, Boiling Crypto? What's going on? What's up, Muser? How's everybody doing? Yeah, no, trading has been going really well. The proof is in the pudding, and that's just one of my accounts. There's other accounts that have also grown. It's been a great run. It really has, and I think we're going to continue on this run. For instance, let's look at Cosmos. This is something that I'm going to look at right now for you guys on the 4-hour. First thing I do is I look at a chart and I find support and resistance lines. So like here would be a support. You could see it bounced, right? So what I do is I come and I put a line here. Here's support. I put a line here. Sorry, I don't want that. And then there's definitely some resistance up here, right? We hit that. And then there's some support right here. You can see. And then there's some support right here. It's not rocket science, guys. It's just like taking it slow and focusing, okay? And now what I do is I begin to see triangles immediately. Like I already see a triangle right here. Boom. Some people draw their triangles on the wicks. I draw them on candle bodies. It just makes more sense to me and feels better. It's always been that way. Okay. So here we go. This is a nice setup. And the fact that it actually didn't get banged out with the Bitcoin move, it has huge support. Like there must be some whales holding this that know something that we don't. It's the bottom of the trend line. It has all of its moving averages in line. I even see a bit of, if this RSI can dip a little more, it will have hidden bullish divergence, but you don't need it technically. Let's look at our target for this, but I would enter this trade right now at the bottom of the trend line. This is something I would enter right now. Let me explain. So we take our flagpole. Gives me my target. Puts me right here. If you buy right here, bottom of the trend line, you're looking for 30% gains, all the way up to 796, 781 for Atom. I see a bullish MACD cross. Actually, I see the bearish MACD losing momentum. So like when I see that the MACD is losing momentum here, that's kind of getting me into an indication of something to come. I do see some bearish divergence though. That's when the tip of this price goes down. Yeah, but that goes down there too. Okay, that's okay. Because here we have an upswing, and there we have it down. That's an upswing too. Okay, no hidden bearish divergence actually. We're actually in good shape. First, I didn't like to say that. I was like, no. Okay, so we have bearish MACD losing momentum. You can see like this blue line probably come down, and eventually it's going to turn. And when that turns, that's going to be an indication that this is going to come back to the top of the trend line, break through the triangle, and then begin a move. I would buy this right now. Again, this isn't financial advice. Everything I say is for entertainment purposes only. Do your own financial research. Get yourself a financial advisor. But to me, if I were you watching my channel and I was going to think of something to do, this right here, my friends, is your entry. And here's your, I'll even give you your stop loss. I'll even show you the risk that you're taking. I'll equate it all for you. I'll make sure there's a heavy risk ratio. You have Bitcoin pumping right now, and you don't have this completely falling out of the triangle. Huge, huge sign that this is holding support at where it is, and that's a good buy. Okay, so you have a stop loss right here. So the most you can lose if you get into my trade, or if you decide to take this trade on your own, the most is a 9% stop loss, but I would say even do it like a 5% stop loss. So if you put like 1,500 or $2,000, you're looking at only losing, you know, $100, right? 10% would be 200. You can go all the way and risk the 200, you know. So I'd say you put $2,000 in right now. You put a stop loss at 10%, you risk 200. You could make 30%, right? So you're looking at making about $700. So you're risking 200 to make 700. You see, that's like a 3-to-1 ratio, a little more than that. I try to make sure the risk to reward. That's why I would even raise the stop to about like maybe right here at a 6 or 5%. Now you're looking at a 6-to-1, right? Because 5 times 6 is 30. That's how I get that. Now you're looking at a 6-to-1 risk reward ratio. So you want to make sure there's a risk reward ratio. You want to make sure you're in a bullish pattern. You want to make sure you have a MACD cross. You want to make sure the RSI isn't completely oversold and is in a good place to kind of boom up. Definitely, I mean, overbought. Definitely oversold down here would be the best place for entry, and that's why I'm talking about DOC right now. But it's just something to think about. But yeah, I think this is poised for a breakout. I would enter it right now, even volatility of Bitcoin, because I've seen Atom just kind of do its own thing regardless. And I've watched this coin many, many times, and I've traded it many, many times. So we just don't want to see Bitcoin break below 12,000. That would be annoying. We want to see Bitcoin really continue this rally. It'll take these USDT pairs up. You can see that I mainly trade in USDT. And the reason is because a lot of times you go to sleep. We all have to sleep. If you're in BTC pairs, what happens is they get stopped out, and then you're in Bitcoin. What if Bitcoin goes down massively? That thing that happens is you end up taking losses in the middle of the night. And it sucks. So I don't like doing that. It's happened to me many times. So now I have stop losses that stop me right back out into USDT Tether. And what happens if Bitcoin dumps? Then I can go back and open a Bitcoin position that morning, gain back some of the equity that I would have made. You know, it's just I find it's better to make USDT and then decide to buy Bitcoin if I want, instead of stacking Sats by being in Bitcoin positions all the time. Other people could tell me that I'm wrong completely. It's really up to you. How you decide to play that market. You know. All right, I want to cover BLZ. There's a lot of talk of BLZ, right? And now Bluzelle Bitcoin has a lot more action on it. Well, let's see. So basically, what I see right now is a bilateral triangle. Okay. It's somewhat of a bull pennant. It's a bull pennant, in my opinion, actually. That's a bull pennant. I mean, it's coming up into has a very wide base. This is the Bitcoin pair, as I'm just talking about that, but I think it has the potential to make some big gains. So here we go. If you were to enter here, you'd be at the bottom of the trend line on the 4-hour chart, very healthy. We have 65% gains coming on this. We have the MACD looking pretty healthy. Like, see, just kind of printing not much red. This is almost forming what I see as like a double bottom here. See that? We also have a higher low. We need this to break through and create another higher high. So basically, this is where you would buy the breakout. And the reason is it would break this previous resistance as well as the triangle. So you would get two things going for you, and that's why you'd want to enter it here. The fact that we got brought back down to the bottom of the trend line is a good sign. I could see it basically coming back up. Coming up, you're looking for the retest. If it comes back down to the trend line and booms up, you're really looking for, there's 3 places to possibly enter. You could enter right here, where I would. I always do the aggressive buy on the bottom of the trend line. That's just, I play that constantly. You could enter here where it breaks out, or it could come up a little bit and come back down, and you could enter what's called the retest. The retest is the safest and the easiest way to trade. Not easiest, I mean, it's hard to catch retests because they're quick, they're periods, but it is basically gives you the most probability of not losing any money. But yeah, I'm heavy on Bluzelle right now. This is something I'm really focused on. I think there's huge gains coming from Bluzelle, especially the BTC pair here. see a lot happening with Bluzelle. There's also rumors in my chat group of Bluzelle and PlayStation. Let's see if we can scour the internet. They're renting out unused data storage. See here is PlayStation. Applying Bluzelle to PlayStation. See this? Startup aims to be the Airbnb of computer databases by letting people rent out unused data storage. Heavyweight players like Amazon and Microsoft dominate the cloud space with centralized databases, but alternative decentralized systems will solve issues that the current system has the ability to doesn't have the ability to handle. Paul Bain, CEO of Bluzelle, seeks to be the Airbnb of database using blockchain. I'd like to actually see what he has to say. I'd love to watch the CEO of Bluzelle speak right now.
We've got a lot of countries, parts of the world led by Europe, with GDPR really honing in on data privacy. How does this gel with the sort of thing that
I mean, he's on
other
CNBC,
blockchain people are doing?
the CEO of Bluzelle. Like, you guys need to pay attention. Like, this is big news.
It's GDPR is a big thing. So what we talk about is the concept of data as a currency. And by that, what we mean is just because you use Twitter, we're tweeting here, Facebook, Instagram, you think it's free, but we're actually paying for it with our data. Now, I know if I use a product, there should be a cost, but I do have a problem when the centralized companies are either not storing that data properly, securely, they're monetizing it without me knowing or getting anything kickback, or they could be even manipulating that data. So what we're saying is data as consumers, we should start looking at data as much as we manage regular currency. These big companies like Facebook, Twitter, Google, they should almost conduct themselves like banks. So if I bought something from a shopping store,
He just made me realize why I'm even investing in
I still
Bluzelle.
got that service, fine, the money passed to them and it's gone somewhere. But when Cathay Pacific gets breached into and they report,
Can you check the
that,
stream,
hey,
make sure it's
your
coming in
personal
good?
information is gone. Well, there's no repercussions.
Right
Somebody's
now?
misusing that out there. So
Without
these
breaks?
companies, people need to start being more aware of managing their data as a currency, holding people accountable. So what decentralized networks like ours, a database, does is it stores the data in a much more secure manner. If somebody tries to break in, it's using decentralized networks, they really can't. Even if they did, what we do is a concept called sharding. So what that means is, an easy way to explain it is, let's just say you had an email list. We took that email list, replicated it on a bunch of plates 1,000 times, broke all those plates, and each little piece was spread out on a bunch of nodes around the world. So even if somebody got into one, all they got was like a little piece of a puzzle. They can't take over the whole network.
Yep.
So going into that, our goal is that you can build services on top of that, such as like a data wallet, which gives you control, the user, and consumer, and saying, yeah, I give.
So this is a Singapore-based company founded in 2014, implements the principle of blockchain technology to build decentralized databases. This is to store data on many different data ecosystems instead of having everything in one host. The firm said that the method will bypass the scale and security issues of traditional databases. I mean, Siacoin is also in the game for that. That's another reason why I was into Siacoin at the beginning, but Bluzelle is just taking it by storm. I mean, on the customer side, let's take a PlayStation. My kids have it. That thing has a terabyte of storage. They're never going to use it, and they're paying $60 to $70 for a game, Bain says, adding that Bluzelle allows the unused storage space of the PlayStation to be rented out at no cost to the child's PlayStation experience. There's no extra effort on them. They don't have to be engineers to join and be part of the network, according to Baines, who added it will be enough of an incentive to drive users towards his decentralized database. That's amazing. And honestly, think about it. If a company that's your competitor owns your data, you think they're going to actually give you the data you need? Like, what if, like, Amazon has all that database and they're holding people's data? But what if you come up with an amazing idea and Amazon ends up reading through your data and finding out that you have this amazing idea, and your amazing idea will actually compete with them? What do you think is going to happen? That's why you need data to be decentralized. You can't have this behemoth monopoly holding everyone's data. And this is why I think Bluzelle is going to make a lot of money. I just showed you the chart. It's poised to blow up. I gave you fundamentals. I don't know what else I can do for you guys besides hand the money to you to your doorstep. Again, this is not financial advice. Get yourself a financial advisor, but you know what I'm saying. Okay. Everyone wants to know when they can get into Len. Well, Len took a nice dump on this double top, and we could see it kind of form the formation of the end. I would actually buy Len right now. The reason is it's in the pink. Actually, no, let me go to the 4 hour. I'm in the 15-minute. No, Len actually needs to cool off a little bit. It was overbought. Let's wait for this to cross over, reset, and then we'll get back into Len. I won't really discuss Len until I see this blue line cross the red line. We see some red histogram action, and then we can discuss maybe getting back into Len around 46, 47 cents if we're that lucky. I don't want to cover it right now because I think it's just too hot at the very moment to enter. Again, I've said that before, and then Len just keeps ripping. But I just play fundamental trading, you know. Just look for gems for you guys. What I do is I just scan my entire list, and I look for overbought, oversold, and I look for MACD crosses coming. And I basically have a list of 300 coins or more. I go through them all every single day, and I meticulously go through the MACD. I see where a blue line's about to cross a red line. Band right now is consolidating into a wonderful triangle. This would be a nice time to buy Band. The reason I'm saying this is, look, you can clearly see here that it's consolidating. Like, it's forming this really stiff, tight channel. It's bouncing off the 21-day moving average, which is very bullish. It looks, I'm going to zoom into the MACD because it's hard to see here. We have a beginning of a cross, but it's like the histogram doesn't have a lot of momentum, the bearish histogram. I see this really consolidating for a huge move up. Look for this to cross $20 in the very near future. I'm actually thinking right now, babe, you should buy Band right now on Coinbase.
Band?
Yeah, it's guaranteed to go up right now. Like in the next.
Okay, I'll sell my Stellar Lumens and buy Band.
You should buy Band right now. Like, I've never seen it. Well, let me go over Stellar for you first, but yeah, it's at the tip of a triangle. Like,
buy it too.
I am gonna buy it. Band. Let's see what we're getting at. Band. Yeah, look, 47% gains coming for Band. Up to 21.96. That's my target, and I'm sticking to it. And I mean, my targets get hit like 90% of the time. We're looking at 21.96 for Band. This is old work. Let me just delete the old work. RSI not overbought yet. Just really weak on this pattern here. I just feel like there's not a lot of momentum to sell this. It just added to Coinbase. It's about to make a huge breakout, in my opinion. Look for Band to go up 49% in the coming days. Also, this is the USDT pair. So go into the USDT Tether pair. You'll be better protected from the Bitcoin volatility. That's definitely coming and definitely going to be happening. Hopefully we can range again from this 12,200, 12,100 to 12,400 range. And things can just move. But this is a huge move right now. I would buy Band right now. Again, this isn't financial advice. This is for entertainment purposes only. But if you came to my channel, then you're already doing the right thing. Cody, in this rising wedge, if it breaks out of this, it will go parabolic, my friends, because this is a 68% chance of a break to the downside. This should actually break down. But the fact that it's still continuing, it's at the bottom of the trend line. The aggressive buy would be right now. Bitcoin actually just reset almost all of these coins that were doing well, and it reset them just a little bit. Like, it didn't pump to 12,800, it pumped just to 12,200. So it just pumped these coins down on the RSI a little bit. Look, it kind of just gave you a better position, flatlined all these coins a little bit that were getting really, really strong. Look, the 21-day moving average bouncing off. You have all these in a line. This is very, very bullish. I actually am going to make a call right now. I think Cody is going parabolic. And the reason I'm going to say this is it's DeFi. It's been following LTO. If you watch LTO, it kind of just mimics what it's like a month or two behind LTO. LTO just went, I think, almost to 9 cents. I've been watching it ever since 5 cents, so it's almost 100%. This is my target here for Cody. I see Cody going up very, very big. This week is going to be just like last week, actually, for more. 49% gains coming out of Cody. I would wait till it breaks out of the top of this rising wedge or make an aggressive buy right now at 0.7657. Mark it right now on your calendars. Tell you I said it, Cody. And we'll revisit this as the days approach. Very bullish too is Dash. Once Dash goes over $100, you're going to see some big gains coming for Dash.
What about Monero?
See, I said possible double bottom. I basically was here telling you guys to buy Dash here at about 90. So it pumped up, came back, retested, pumped up. Now it's a lot healthier. It's still in another rising wedge, but it's continuing its tear up. I'm going to delete my old work. I'm not going to focus on it too much right now. I don't make a trade on it. I think it'll only go to 97 to 105, 10. You're not making the 20, 30, 40% gains that we're looking for. Even 100% gains that we're looking for, like at a doc or the DeFi world. So it's just a large cap. But what I do is I have a large holdings in Dash, and I like to watch it. So when it goes over $100, it's an indication to me that the whole market is moving, and it's moving well. Covered DREP. Basically told you guys to get into DREP right here, wait for the retest of this trend line. If you had taken any of my advice on that DREP call, I showed you a double bottom. I basically was putting you guys in here. You'd be up, even right now after the pullback, you'd be up 24%. If you wrote it up, you'd be up 60%. I gave you guys DREP the last video I put out. Yeah, you can see my work clearly right here. It was the falling wedge. Boom, it broke out. I even have my white line. Look, it hits. These come almost, look, my targets get nailed almost every time. Look at that. It came very, very, that time it didn't hit the target, but that's why I like to take profits 70% of my target, like right here, because then I'm almost guaranteed to hit it every other time. And a lot of times it hits it at night or somewhere while I'm not paying attention, because the algos are trading just like this. I think I kind of figured out how the algorithms trade, and they like to take 10 to 20% on a falling wedge every time. I mean, you can also hold them and hope it doesn't get back to your entry and then get into a midterm hold. And I'm not saying that's fine, but I like to put in like 2 to 5 grand and make 10 to 20% on these exact moves out of a falling wedge. It's kind of like my bread and butter. I've been doing it over and over again for the last 2 months. It's been really paying off. Okay, so now FET, something I wanted to look at, just exploding to 13 cents, absolutely insane. I think I was in FET recently here. Let me see my work here on FET. Bounced off the 21D moving average, broke out of the triangle. I said it will be getting added to Coinbase soon, and that's a rumor. I don't think it did, but I had this double bottom. There was my target for FET. I ended up just selling it like 9-1. Had I held on to FET, it went all the way to 13. Wow. Like you can see my trade on FET. Who would have known? So I do leave profits on the table sometimes. I take that money. Could have stayed in FET and been up. So I got out at what I made about 23%, which I thought was an amazing trade. I could have made 94%. So there you go. It happens like that. FET exploded. Now it's oversold. I'd leave it alone until it retests. We have to pull a fib on that and do more work. It's not worth it. There's other things that we can look at to make money on. All right, Iost now. Let's focus on Iost. It was in the bull flag right here. Calling the bottom breakout. It broke out. We're looking at targets temporarily up at 8, 7 around, and it's on its way, trucking along. And you know what's been good about Iost is it's small cap, smaller cap. It's a growing position. People are accumulating this, so I think people are buying here, then they're buying here. So they're not down a lot because they're slowly getting into it. So when Bitcoin makes these volatile moves, I'm not seeing huge sell-offs for this. It's like basically if it makes a 60% gain and Bitcoin makes a crazy move, it loses 20%. A lot of these coins will make a 60% gain, Bitcoin will make a move, and they'll lose 50%. Like they only keep 10% of that move. This is keeping a lot more of the move, I'm noticing. Look at bouncing off the 21-day moving average. It is here. I still have room to get overbought on the 4-hour. So it may cool off once it gets to 8 or 9. I'm in this very heavily between 0.05 and 0.062. Been accumulating it in this region, like even before this, somewhere around here. I can show you on my trade when I first got into it was on the 30th of July. So about 2 weeks ago, 18 days ago, I started my first position, which is up 27%. I started my second position on the 11th of August. That position is already up a good 20%, up about $500, about almost $900 in Iost. Look at BLZ coming back up 100. See, it bounced right back. I basically just said to you guys, I think I would buy it right here. I think a lot of these coins are going to bounce back. What happens is people get scared. They think Bitcoin's going to run all the way to 12.6. And you have to remember there's a lot of new money in here, and they all sell their coins running into Bitcoin like fools. All the old money and smart money keeps their positions they've been accumulating, watches everyone go up and down, and then we use that time to actually accumulate. We buy more on that dip position, and then you guys basically flood back into your altcoins when you see Bitcoin stalls, and then you kind of pump my altcoin bags back up. And it's basically been working really well. So you want to be smart money, let retail work for you, trade against retail technically. And that's what Crypto Bitcoin Chris teaches. If you want to go to him and check him out at Crypto Revolution, his YouTube channel, he taught me basically everything I'm teaching you. I did bring in other things from other traders and mentors throughout my time and from my own experience. But, yeah. Let's see if there's any questions. I'm in band. Smart man. Nice play. Yeah, it's about to pop. I mean, it's clearly about to pop. Like, we can see that. And Bluzelle as well. I mean, look at it. Bluzelle and Band look almost very similar on the chart.
You don't know. Band is not on Coinbase.
Yeah, it is. It got added yesterday.
No.
You have to update your app. If you don't update your app, you won't be able to buy Band.
Please get off.
Look, it didn't say my previous work.
Please get off of me.
Like, we just did this.
I'm very much just please get off of me.
We just went over Band. Well, it's doing its thing, man. I don't know why I didn't save my work. Well, maybe I did it in this page here. Yeah, that's why, right? If we go to back to Band. Sorry. Flipping around. But yeah, guys, I could cover hundreds of coins right now, but I'm really just, at this point, we have to focus because you could make money on almost anything. What you do is you just have to focus. So right now, I got you guys focused on Band. We want to make our 50% in the next week. It's going to happen. Let's just ride. The chart's right. We know it's an asset people like. It's starting to pump. If you got in at 14, congrats, because I think that's going to be like the new settled bottom for it. And you're going to ride it up to $21.96, where I'm going to take my profit, watch it resettle, and then we'll get back into Band at another time. Like, look, before you were FOMO into Band 11, 12, and you were like, oh, I missed it. It went all the way to 17. But look, you didn't realize you would just wait, what, from the 10th of August till now. Wait 1 week, and then Band came right back down at the 14 for you. So don't chase these green candles. Always remain calm. The Crypto Lifer will be here explaining how to make that monkey. All right, guys. All right, any last questions before I sign out, guys? I'm exhausted. I think we went through a lot. I think we streamed for about an hour, which is pretty dope. We went over the assets that I think will make you the most money in the next few days, and we'll reconvene. Yeah, just keep your eyes on BLZ. Keep your eyes on Iost. Keep your eyes on Band. Yeah. Let me just scroll through right now and give you guys a bonus. Let's look for the bonus.
What's a bonus?
I'll give you a bonus play of the week, all right?
No, what's a bonus, Daddy?
This looks promising. Oh, look, it's my coin, Bluzelle. Funny. BNB, USD. You really want to be in BNB. It's just going to keep going up with the coming market because people have to use it, so it has utility. People buy and sell it all the time. I do see a double bottom there. See that? And it basically hit its target. Now it's flagging. BNB. Definitely a coin you want to look at. This won't be the bonus because it's the extra. I'll give you 2 bonuses, but you want to look at BNB coin for sure. Look at this in this rising wedge. If it breaks out, it will go parabolic. Buy it at the bottom of the trend line, bouncing off the 21-day moving average right here. Actually, 23.18. It's kind of crazy. I know I'm just like zooming out here, but casually looking at this, this actually is sitting in a poised place. Even a little bit of no divergence, but it's bull flagging. And with the current Bitcoin move, it didn't take much of a loss. It's actually getting held up by the 21-day moving average. This is something you really, I think you're gonna have $500 to $2,000 worth of BNB coin at all times during a bull market. It's kind of like a tool in your tool belt as a carpenter. Like if you don't have a hammer, like if you're trading, you need some BNB coin in your pocket. Let's check Bitcoin for I can tell you what's going to happen in the next hour. We'll look at the hourly chart and the 30-minute just to kind of settle your bones on where you're at. I see a lot of beginners in my trading group screaming, what am I supposed to do now? All my coins tanked. Well, that's why you trade USDT pairs, guys. All right? I know maybe it's not everyone else's strategy, but it's mine and it works really well. We got to wait, actually, to see what's going to happen for Bitcoin. Is it going to flag or keep going here? Right now, it's creating new support, though, at 2150 here. It seems to really kind of be sitting. Let's see if it holds. If it breaks support, it'll go back down to 12,000, and you know that. If it breaks 12,000, we kind of go right back to 11.9, 11.8. We're playing in that range again. If we break up past 12,000, we're looking for that resistance at 2350, and let's look left on the chart and see where the most resistance is, actually. I'm just going to delete my work and just kind of go back in time here. Also, Bitcoin Tether. Also, Bitcoin USD. We have more. I need XBT. USD. The perpetual swaps, man. They just give you more. They give you more to look at. You know. On the price action. It's taking a second to load. Sorry, guys. Alright. We'll hit big one on the 12 hour, get further back in time. We might hit the daily, actually. But we know we had that resistance last June. Remember, this is that big move in June, last June, 1370, basically 14,000. So we're creeping on that, guys. And there's really not much resistance until we get there. So honestly, look for this to go to 14,000 before we see any big pullback. And I think 12,000 could make a new floor. Like if we have to take a big chunk down, we'll come back. We'll lose 20% to $2,000 on this 14,000, and we'll be back at 12,000. And that just, I'm telling you guys, this is extremely bullish for a push to 12,000 before Christmas. Looking very, very healthy. Very, very healthy. If you guys had the BLZs to buy that dip on March 11th, March 19th, buy Bitcoin at 3,500, man. You were up March, April, May, and June, July. You're up 255%. And people will hate on Bitcoin. Well, look, and that's kind of a double bottom. 1, 2, you can see it. Boom. The target for that double bottom, if we were to play it, even though it's like a funky double bottom, but the target for it is, we're just playing fundamentals here. TAs, 22,983. So, all right, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please comment, like, and subscribe. What if I'm really sad about my love life or lack thereof? Well, that's what you do. You get Bitcoin and then go to a place where you can buy love with Bitcoin. I'm sure it's there. Like, let's look. Buy a wife. Hold on. Buy a wife with Bitcoin. I'm sure crypto can solve all these issues. Stop.
This is ridiculous. Now you're wasting time. I want to go to the park.
Telling my wife I hid all my Bitcoin from her. What happens when you put your life there? 5 signs your spouse is hiding Bitcoin assets and you're divorced. Oh, God. Don't worry, man. Don't worry. Everything will make sense. Everything will make sense. Just stick with Bluzelle. Look, we were down $29. We're now back up 150. That's Iost up 500 now. 388. I showed you my last 25 trades. We're up 4,200. We won 15 of 25 trades. The losses equaled 700. The wins were 5,000. So stick with Crypto Lifer. I think you'll find some gems. I think your wallet will get bigger and you'll be happy in the land of crypto. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please comment, like, and subscribe. Hit the bell for notifications. You can find out when I post my next video. And remember, crypto is life. Love you guys.